All right, so everyone knows that icebergs are melting or that our oceans are full of plastic. But do you know that 89% of women experience violence in the streets of Brazil? Or that only 18 out of 173 countries have specific legislation addressing sexual harassment in public places? If you think that's bad, then 1 in 3 women experience violence at some point in their lives, with around 1 in 10 women experience sexual violence at some point in their lives. However, this isn't just happening in the streets or public places. It's also happening in the workplace. In 2013, the global employment to population ratio was 72% for men, but only 47% for women. Even in peace talks, only 4% of signatories in 31 major peace processes between 1992 and 2011 were women. 2.4% of chief mediators, 3.7% of witnesses, and 9% of negotiators were women. You might be saying that, well, we fund organizations that are supposed to deal with this, but only 6.9 organizations receive funding from UN Women, with only 1 in 10 receiving funding from donors, governments, and international NGOs. You might be asking, how are we supposed to fix this? Well, to start, we could draw more laws and legislation revolving around women. In Central America, UN Women Support helped both El Salvador and Mexico to establish legal improvements that determine femicide as a criminal offense. Not only that, but they helped add measures to prevent and punish femicide. We could help them expand to other countries. Not to mention, we should also make legislation asking for wage requirements. And if the wage gap between men and women were evened out, we could produce $28 trillion towards the world's GDP. We should not forget about educating women, as women make up 2/3 of the world's illiterate population. Governments need to make more opportunities for women's education, such as women conferences and free schools. We also need schools that are closer to villages, as in places such as Pakistan. A half-kilometer increase in the distance from the school to home will decrease a girl's enrollment by 20%. Governments need to make more opportunities for women in role-making decisions, as in Bangladesh, only 0.2% of women are chairs or heads in rural councils. We need a further precise requirement of how many employees need to be female. Children, both male and female, need to be brought up equally by their parents so they have equal opportunities. Women like Greta Thunberg, Zia Bastida, and Brianna Fruin are leading the way towards more impartial and sustainable solutions to climate change. Let's take care of them as they take care of us. My name is Ritika Gupta, and I'm talking about Sustainable Goal 5. Thank you for listening.